Hello there, good evening. It might be hello again to those who've been watching this afternoon when Group C got underway, but it's a second serving of darting delights tonight as Group B is about to kick off. 5 darters battling it out for the 3 spots available at finals night on Saturday. And here is the lineup for this evening. Wales in Group B tonight. Sam Cankett is one of 3 Welsh darting dragons returning to the Super Series. Bristol's Mark Dudbridge is also in action and playing well. Flash has had some World Seniors success recently and will be hoping to bring that form to the live lounge. And it's welcome to Portsmouth for Wrexham's Mike Warburton, who has shown some Hollywood finishing here plenty of times, including in Group A earlier this week. Denby darter Davies has improved every time he has played in the Super Series, reaching finals night on his last trip to the South Coast. And Wolverhampton wanderer Wayne Jones is enjoying a solid debut week. Will it be destination Saturday night for him? Well, I don't know about you, but it looks like a decent group to me, that, Chris Mason?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. As soon as it was announced, the 3 we already knew were in the group, and then the 2 that have subsequently come in from Group A. Looks a very tidy group. Yeah,
10 matches to come tonight. We'll just take a look at the way the group's breaking down this week. Matt Clark won Group A earlier in the week. Look, he's
That's
always
standard.
a shoo-in, isn't he, for Saturday night. Group C got underway this afternoon. Lee Budgeon was a main man, but there's still a race on tomorrow, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. He won 4 out of 5, but Jamie Kellin right in the mix himself. Tommy Morris there or thereabouts. It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. You would think that Lee Budgeon would have enough in the locker to go on and at least qualify out of that group.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look at the Group C table in a moment. In fact, we'll see that right now. And Budgeon, as you said, top of it, but only 2 points clear of 2 players. Now, had that last round of fixtures gone another way, and I don't want any little analogies about your grandmother and bikes and anything like that here, Mace, but he could have been on 10 and he could have been 6 clear of 3rd place, which would have been almost unassailable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the only reason he didn't win that last game because he felt the pressure of going 5 from 5 and having the perfect day. But he looked in control today, and he looked the best player by quite some distance. It wasn't until the match that he actually lost that he looked in any kind of danger whatsoever.
Yeah, that group resuming tomorrow, 1 p.m. on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel, and then the run-in, the final games from 3 p.m. on Sporty Stuff TV. But tonight, here on Sporty Stuff TV, it's time for Group B, and it's time to take a look at the betting for this group. Now, we've been excited about the players in it, but it is Mike Warburton. He was favourite to win Group A, didn't do that. He's favourite to win Group B.
Yeah, I think he did improve, and he had a much better Wednesday. But as we've seen from that highlights from the last time Davies was here especially, he is an improving player and ever improving every time he makes an appearance here. Remember, he got here as an ADC qualifier originally, and then he played so well he got an invite back. I thought Wayne Jones looked good across Group A in parts. It wouldn't surprise me for me to see him go deep in this group. But I think Mark Dudbridge, a player that's been finding some really good form of late, and he loves being up on a big stage, that 5-to-1 shot might be worth some value. And Sam Cankett himself, been in some good form.
Yeah, well, that's to win the group. 7-to-1, an outsider to win the group. That shows how tightly packed this group could be.
Yeah, you usually see a bigger range between the favourite and the outsider of the betting. But yeah, I think this is a much tighter group than their odds suggest, and we may see that playing out. I said the same about Group A. I just didn't see Warby being the favourite. Yes, he got better, but ultimately he's ended up in this Group B. Well,
we've constructed a nice bet builder for you guys to have a look at tonight. If you do follow this, please gamble responsibly. But yeah, just talk us through that, Mace. Just under 6-to-1.
Yeah, Wayne Jones to get at least 180 in that match against Sam Cankett. I sort of get why the punters are interested in that one, because they expect it to go a lot of legs. Over 5.5 was also a popular bet, but the 8-to-11 is better. Warby against Davies. Again, Warby to have at least 180, 1-to-2, and then Jones against Dudbridge. Dudbridge over 1.5 180s. And I understand why the punters have found that a fascinating bet. Again, they expect that one to go at least 6 or 7 legs.
Give us a name then. Who do you think is going to be getting through this group?
I think Dudbridge will get through. I think Warby will get through. And I got a feeling for David Davies.
There we go. And have this conversation again at the end of the evening after it's all panned out for the first half. But the first match is Mike Warburton, the group favourite, against the outsider, but not a big outsider in Sam Cankett. Got a feeling that tonight's going to be about expecting the unexpected. But you can always expect here at the MODUS Super Series to hear from Henry Deacon. So let's do that now.
Thank you very much, Chris. A very good evening, everybody. Welcome along to a Thursday night of frills and spills here at the MODUS Super Series. It's a Group B, which feels very hard to call, it's fair to say. Well, we're going to see a lot of Welsh fire. We're going to see a lot of English fare. It is a Battle of Britain here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. We kick off with the man from Wrexham, Mike Warburton, 38 years of age, former World Masters semi-finalist, taking on the Welsh international, Sam Cankett, 29 from Pontypool. Will Super Sam be the man here at the Super Series? We're going to find out.
It's Mike to throw first. Game on.
Over the next few games, Charlie Colsefine is the man in the middle for all of the action this evening. And in my company, it is a very warm welcome to Chris Mason.
Evening, Henry. Good evening, everybody.
58.
Welcome along to the action. Sit tight. This could be fast and furious without the cars.
Now, I'm going to let everybody at home into
100.
a little secret as to the way that me and Chris work in the commentary box. We were having a little bit of a sit down together around about half an hour before, and we were going through the fixture card. And
140.
Chris sat next to me and said, I think this is going to be good tonight.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think we've got a group here that in David Davies, an improving player, as is Sam Cankett, an established player in Warburton with loads of experience, especially here at the Super Series.
100.
Dudbridge remaining injury-free, which is absolutely key to him finding or getting back to somewhere near his best form. Oh, we know what we're going to get from Wayne
45.
Jones. A good lineup.
Yeah, so this is your Thursday night darting fun. So do stay with us. We'll be here with you until around about 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK.
140.
Viewers joining us all around the world on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel. We welcome all of you. Prime time in the States. Around about evening, around about mid-morning, I suppose, in Australia.
Mike requires 63.
I think around there. We do get viewers on that YouTube channel from all around the world. And welcome to everybody watching via their betting app. Tops.
Game shot on the first lay. Mike Warburton.
That is what Mike Warburton does in abundances. Consistent brilliance.
Second leg, it's Sam to throw first. Game on.
When he's on it, that's the kind of darts we expect. He's had some monstrous averages in the Super Series.
55.
And of course, have the advantage of playing in Group A
81.
this week and improved day by day. Left himself too much to do after a disastrous Monday.
55.
Look at the odds compilers. 4-9, Mike Warburton. 13-8, Sam Cankett. Well, let's have a bit of a preview of the group then, all together, and what we are going to see over the course of the evening here at the Super Series. Hello, everybody. Mark Dudbridge, I know someone that you know very, very well. He's been playing some good stuff in World Seniors competitions in recent times. What can we come to expect of him this evening?
Well, we've also seen plenty of him, of course, here at the Super Series. In fact, I played in the same group as him back in October, and he looked in good nick there. He's been away, putting in some real tidy averages and playing some good stuff in the ADC as well. And he relishes the opportunity to be under the lights on stage, and we've seen that in the most recent World Seniors Masters where, well, he gave the eventual champion, Leonard Gates, a hell of a scare.
He most certainly did. And then obviously joining the affair there, we're going to see David Davies. Now, we've both seen a lot of him play here at the Super Series. And when you consider he came in as a qualifier, having won the world's title in such fashion against Warburton, he's the type of player that this tournament's all about. The type of player we can work with over a number of appearances and see time upon time the improvement of results.
Yeah, and the familiarity of being up on
58.
that stage under the lights, knowing that the cameras are honed in on you and people at home are watching. It comes with its own pressure, and some people love it, some people never get used to it. And I think the more he
60.
gets used to it, the more he's improving and going away and working on things that he realised that maybe his game was lacking. And that's the... Listen, you can get nothing replicates this apart from
100.
doing it. And, you know, you can try and practice the scenarios at home or down the pub with your mates or during practice sessions, but the only place to implement them is under the lights. I've seen loads of
100.
great fighters in the gym. Unbelievable. But that's it. They're gym fighters. You put them under the lights and they just don't perform, and dart players are no different.
Everybody can be a world champion
98.
in their bedroom.
Mike required 120.
Yeah, most people that use the internet are.
Shanghai for Warburton.
For 2-0. Back-to-back 15s.
Game
Beautiful.
shot on the second leg. Mike Warburton.
He is in tune tonight, Mike Warburton. The Shanghai for back-to-back 15s, 30 darts for the first two legs, and Sam Cankett has
Third
got
leg,
some
it's
severe
Mike to
work
throw
to do.
First. Game on.
These two will know each other very well, of course, from international darts.
140.
Both in Wales, but live absolutely miles apart from each other.
100.
Orby from Wrexham. Sam Cankett plays a lot of his darts in Gwent. Did play in the West of England Super League. That's how
60.
close it is, of course, to the border, if it's still called that.
The Severn Bridge.
Yeah.
77.
Which one? Certainly enjoying their football in Wrexham at the moment,
100.
aren't they?
Yeah, promoted to League Two for the first time in
Warby's
15 years.
actually a season ticket holder, isn't he?
Yeah, big Wrexham fan. And this was, and he's very keen to mention it.
60.
It's before the Reynolds money came in. And they were languishing towards the bottom end of the National League.
Yeah, Charlotte's dad, Terry, was a season ticket holder for many years and they didn't do much. Now you can't get a season ticket for love and money.
95.
Put it this way, it got that desperate for them. They were playing league matches against the likes of Alfreton Town and Haverton Waterlooville.
If Mr. Reynolds is watching, is there any chance
45.
I can
Mike
have
to
the
require 106.
box one Saturday afternoon and take the family up? That would be nice.
Could we have a week at the racecourse ground? Or LA, you can have LA if we, we're more than happy to do that. Warburton for yet another 15.
Game shot on the
this
third
is
leg.
beautiful
Mike Warburton.
for Mike Warburton. 3-0 lead, 3 15s, 2-ton plus
Fourth leg, it's
checkouts.
Sam to throw first. Game on.
This is deliciously delightful, and for Cankett, it's a bit frightful.
Yeah, this is Warby
30.
warming to the task tonight.
As they might sing at the Cop at Wrexham. Warby's on fire. The rest of the group must be terrified.
140.
Here's a little fact about Wrexham for you.
Go on.
The racecourse ground is the oldest international football
125.
ground in the world that's still in use.
Wow.
First hosted a fixture back in the 1800s. I think it was 1895.
100.
I want to say something like that. It was England
Someone will
against
let
Wales.
you know if you're wrong. Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry. I'm already looking at Twitter.
If you want to actually get in touch with us, you
60.
can come direct into the commentary box via the @MSS Darts. I'm still going to call it Twitter page because Henry does have the app open. You got any questions
100.
or comments? Also, give us a follow on the same @MSS Darts, or one word, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, and Instagram.
100. Mike, you require 161.
Well, he's not going to take it out this time because it's after 9 darts and not 12.
99.
Are you on Instagram? You don't know, do you?
100.
There's absolutely nothing.
Mike, you
darts
require
related on there.
62.
For the match and to seal a fantastic opening performance. Double 16 for 415s.
Game, shots,
100.2 average.
Warburton.
And that is consistency with a capital C for Mike Warburton. 4 out of 4 on the doubles, 2 ton-plus checkouts, every leg won in the space of 15 darts. Mike Warburton has put down the gauntlet for the rest of the field to follow. Coming up after this, Wayne Jones against Davies.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for some MODUS Super Series darts, where one Welshman has got off to a flying start. Mike Warburton, a 4-0 whitewash win in the opener. 4:15 darters, textbook stuff from him. Now attention turns to another one. Davies, the man just stepping up to the hockey now. He takes on Wayne Jones, and Davies caught up with our Henry Deacon a little bit earlier tonight.
Bit of a familiar home for you now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, but I absolutely love it. The venue's great, the staff are great, and the stage. I just love being here, to be honest. So yeah, I'm hoping I can produce this weekend and get into Saturday, and then yeah, we'll go from there.
Do you feel like you're getting better with every appearance?
I think looking back, missing out on leg difference, and then going on again to the weekend, I didn't quite make it. And then last time I produced better and better as the week go on. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with the way I'm playing. Played a couple of tournaments at home. I've done okay there. So yeah, no, I'm full of confidence.
It's given you a bit of a fire in the belly for other competitions, other areas of darts away from here?
Yeah, definitely. The ADC, the vaults, I'm mentoring and things like that. So it all leads up to this, and that's why we do these, the ADC tour. It's a massive help for amateur players like myself.
Had a taste of Saturday night last time out. You're going to be here Saturday regardless, because you're going to be playing in the Welsh title match. So how much would you like a bit of double bubble at the weekend?
That's the plan. I haven't really thought too much about the title game, to be honest. I've not seen this afternoon's games or anything about my opponent. I'm here for myself. I'm here to win that, and I'm here to get through to the weekend as well.
Wish you all the best, David. Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Great to hear from David Davies, catching up with me before the session got underway. He takes on Wayne Jones, the Wanderer, into Group B. It's his debut in this competition, the 58-year-old former World Championship semi-finalist, but this is, well, a fourth appearance here for David Davies, playing with the Mark Webster 19-gram dart. Good pals, them two. I wonder if Webby's watching on this evening.
They play league together, don't they?
First leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game
Still
on.
throw a mean dart, can Mark Webster.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Warby was a very lively 4-9 favourite in the opening match, and he more than lived up to that.
180.
As you mentioned, 4 out of 4 on the doubles with checkouts of 63, 120, 106 and 62. 60 darts. Wayne Jones, a 4-7 favourite for this one.
39.
David Davies, 5-4. Some start.
Perfect start. I'm going to continue with the second visit, mind.
45.
And I feel like with David Davies, and one of the things the ADC is doing is everywhere in the country has a David Davies, a really good local player, but hasn't really stretched out. And the ADC, especially with the Vault program, gives players those opportunities to do exactly that.
Well, you would never have got the opportunity without spending vast amounts of money travelling to tournaments. And then, of course, on the back of travelling, you would eventually become higher enough ranked, and then you'd have your one go a year on stage and then have to do it all over again. As I've said, him coming from here, going to that ADC, he will feel super comfortable.
85.
He will feel like, well, I've played and been successful at a higher level.
Confidence breeding confidence.
Yeah, and when you're pretty fearless playing here, when you then sort of step down to sort of normal darts in pubs and clubs,
Recline 93.
You feel super comfortable.
How comfortable is Jones on the 93?
Well, when I lived close to Wayne, yeah, that's in. Tops.
Game shot on the first leg.
Well,
Wayne
that's
Jones.
a fifth consecutive 15 darter this evening.
You haven't had a leg go beyond 5 visits tonight so far.
We haven't had a dart missed at a double. Yeah.
Second leg, it's David to throw first. Game on.
Where we lived, they had a 301 double in, double out league, best of 3. Wayne very rarely lost because he was unflappable
55.
because of all the experience.
That's quite similar to that ADC Vault, where the group stage is a best of 3, and then they move on with the format as the competition goes along.
60.
Yeah, highly recommend them. If you look on the ADC website and Darts Atlas, you'll find literally hundreds of venues up and down the country, all putting on these
95.
ADC events and level up events, which is brilliant. They've got an event where there's a group of players that are all averaging, I believe it's under 70. They all get a chance to play against each other, so they can
99.
try and, you know, get that winning feeling and literally level up. Fabulous idea. I mean, the creativity between the JDC with the system and the board they're using
97.
that, and then obviously we've now got the Dev Tour and Challenge Tour, and then sort of sitting in around there somewhere we've got the ADC.
Darts is in a healthy place.
Oh, it's never been
22.
better. Never been better at any level. Remember back in the day having to go to America.
58.
8 ranking points. It was. I think it was Shane Burgess had to go all the way to Australia. I think it was the final event in the calendar, so he could qualify for the Worlds.
100.
He did it and qualified.
The only issue is then you've got to win again to make that money back.
44.
Busy weekend of darts out in Australia.
Yes. Isn't Neil Duff out there defending his title?
Yeah, WDF Australian Masters,
60.
isn't it? Australian Open.
David required 152.
Now, this is the worst leg that we've seen all night. Because it's the first time we've gone above the 5-visit range.
Uncharted territory.
94.
You got the
Wayne
blue pen.
required 160.
Yeah, if you get a chance, you can find it online. I think it's on one of the
85.
famous online shops.
David required
Everybody gets 15
58.
quid. It's a true story of Shane Burgess. It's an hilarious read of what darts was like back in our day.
Game shot on the second leg. David Davis.
Still not had a missed dart at a double tonight, Henry.
6 from 6. Absolutely superb stuff.
Third
And
leg, it's Wayne
it's
to
everything
throw
that we've kind of
first. Game
expected
on.
it to be this evening thus far.
Still got Dubby to go.
The maximum merchant.
Yeah, loves a 180.
95.
We're going to have a little bit of a trip down memory lane when Wayne Jones takes on Mark Dudbridge a little bit later on. Be a battle between a man who made the world
96.
final in 2005 and a man who made the world semi-finals back in 2006.
Nick Kenny's just got in touch. A player that obviously has played in here but went on to get his tour card.
45.
Said that Warby and Sam Cankett haven't actually played on the same Welsh team yet, which is quite surprising.
135.
Welsh darts having a bit of a renaissance right now, isn't it? Of course, with Gezi and Johnny Clayton winning the World Cup for a second time.
140.
They're going to be tough to beat next year as well.
And also, they're one of the very few nations where their combination is set in stone. With the Dutch team, you don't quite know. It looks maybe set that it's going to be Van Gerwen and Noppert for a couple of years. England, it feels like it's chopping and changing year upon year. Scotland, we don't know. Possibly next year. There could be some changes in the water there.
83. David, you require
As
170.
for Davies, his task is to try and net the fish. Another one of them.
Gave it everything.
95. Wayne required 138.
So the 138 isn't going to go, and so Davies for the break and throw, looking for 75.
60. David, you require 75.
Dropped off, hasn't he, Wayne Jones, after that quick fire start. Tops.
Game
Sinks it
shot on the
bang
third
in
leg.
the middle.
David Davies.
Better leg that from David, and it's a 15-dart break of throw.
You know what I'm going to say. Still not seen a missed double tonight.
No.
Fourth leg, it's David to throw
7
first.
from
Game on.
7. And of the 7 legs played, 6 of them been completed in 15 darts. You don't think this is good? You're watching
58.
the wrong sport.
Yeah, not bad, is it, this? Tonight. The best bit, we've got 8 more games to go after this.
60.
Brilliant. Yeah, don't forget early hours of tomorrow
140.
is the World Series in Australia get underway.
$95.
He's looking for, well, I was going to say 7 19s after missing the initial
57.
trouble. It would have left 170. Wayne finds himself exactly a ton behind. I thought he would play better this evening. He's
100.
certainly prefers playing at night, as do most players.
Interestingly, because he hasn't played as much, and he's admitted he hasn't played as much, can it actually towards later on in the week be one way or
94.
another? Either you play yourself in or you can actually play yourself out.
Yeah, where you could just sort of hit a brick wall in terms of physically and mentally. And if you're playing well, that
David
adrenaline
to
will carry
require
you through. If you're
152.
struggling, you'll feel every creak. And this is the experience David Davies has gained from here. He's not panicked once in this
107.
match, despite going 1-0 down.
He's drawn upon the experience that he's built up over time.
Yeah, and playing in this course and distance.
100. David to require 45.
Remember, this is Wayne Jones' debut week.
Well, we've not seen a dart missed at double tonight. Until then.
Game
Not
shot
that it's
on the
gonna
fourth
matter.
leg. David Davis.
3-1 to David Davies, and he's going about his business quite nicely. 3 out of 4 on the doubles, 90 average. It
Fifth leg,
is
it's Wayne to throw first.
steady stuff from the Welsh slinger. Coming up next,
100.
it is going to be Mark Dudbridge, flash in action, up against Mike Warburton, who's already won tonight.
Yeah, I'm watching Warby in that opening game will have livened Dubby up a little bit, I would
60.
have thought. He'll be aware of the task in front of him.
I don't know whether they've come in recent times since the Warburton victory, but I've got it here on my screen that Mark
85.
Dudbridge and Mike Warburton are both 5 to 6 each of 2.
Yeah, it was 10 to 11 Dubby, 4 to 5 Warby.
140.
140 for Davies. Keeps Jones honest with the darts.
$60.
Are they Ryan Joyce flights on the top of
55.
David Davies' darts?
Well spotted.
140. $95. Wayne, you require
So
160.
to pull a leg back, Jones looking for the mid-range 116. Going to get a dart now. He's probably going to stay there because he likes double 18 so much, and that's exactly the case.
Game shot on the fifth
Fired
leg.
with true
Wayne
conviction.
Jones.
And guess what? It's another 15. It's another ton price checkout. It's 3-2.
Sixth leg, it's Davies to throw first. Game on.
It has been some start to the night.
Carry on, lads. Carry on.
57.
Davies with the darts in the sixth to get over the line and a 4-2 success. And remember, this group more than any other is the one where legs difference really can come
100.
into play. This is where the Paul Nicholson analogy of win big, lose tight really comes into play.
100. $100.
Jones chipping away at the David Davies advantage of throw.
47.
Well, he now has stolen the darts. Needs to build.
100.
Looking for the high visit red pen leg. 4 tons and a 101 out.
140.
Davies, though, first to finish 157 to get the job done. How handy can Jones leave it from this particular point? Would love to find that ton now.
60.
But to no avail.
David to require
All over it now.
157.
So for the match, not to be this time. And so Jones is going to get a poke at the 141. But under how much pressure is this Hail Mary
43.
attempt going to be under?
Wayne, you require
Not as much as what it should be.
141.
No, you'd make Wayne Jones favourite for the leg. Well, needs a treble and gets
100.
one.
David to require 114.
So for the match, 114 for David Davies. Treble 18 would have given him a match dart at tops. And so Jones to send us all the way. And it had to be said, there was a point in this game where it looked a little bit
92.
unlikely they were going to go the
Wayne, you
distance.
require 41.
But Jones is going to have 2 in his hand at double 16 to do exactly that.
Game
And
shot on the
send us
sixth
all the
leg.
way he will.
Wayne
And he's going to
Jones.
have the darts in the decider as well.
Both have had 4 attempts at a
Seventh
double
final leg. It's Wayne to throw
Both have
first.
found it.
Game on.
on 3 occasions.
Well, David Davies may feel he should be off the stage around about now.
122.
Opened up a 3-1 lead. And that has been quickly evaporated.
Yeah, starting with that
140.
15 dart 116 checkout leg in leg 5. The all-important breaker throw for Wayne Jones in 18 in leg 6.
121.
Playing like a man that won't be denied.
66.
Although Wayne still with a decent advantage. One good visit here. And he will be taking the spoils.
60.
That's not a good visit.
However, Davies has come up dry at the worst possible time.
45.
And the first real flicker of emotion from the Welshman, who had full command of this game. And now it is in the leisure of the Wolverhampton Wanderer.
45.
Maybe wondering what's gone wrong. Back-to-back troublous visits for Wayne Jones. Just left himself a little vulnerable.
96. Wayne, you require 153.
For the match. Not to be this time, and so Davies is going to get an opportunity. He's going to get the poke of the 154.
99. David, you require 154.
And with Jones left on 54, this may have to go. Probably have to go, and it's not going to.
It'll be interesting to see which route he goes, because he was leaving double 18 a lot, wasn't he, in Group A?
Wayne, you require 54.
That's fraught with danger.
Game shot.
But not for Wayne Jones, who smacks one in the middle, and he gets the better of David Davies by 4 legs to 3. Davies, who opened up a 3-1 lead early on in proceedings, but it is Jones who stuck in with the task and sealed a 4-3 success, doing so with an 86 average, 4 out of 6 on the double. The doubling has been a delight tonight in Group B thus far. So defeat for David Davies to start. We're going to take a short break, and the last player we've yet to see this week is going to be in action. Blink and you'll miss him. Flash. Mark Dudbridge is in action against Mike Warburton.
trying to book their place at finals night on Saturday. The 5 players in Group B. One of them has had a 4-0 win already, Mike Warburton, with those 4 15-dart legs in his opener, and he's looking to double up with a victory against Flash. Mark Dudbridge, the former World Championship finalist, who's out to play for the first time tonight.
Thank you, Chris. There he is. Flash himself. Is he going to be the saviour of the Super Series this evening? The 50-year-old from Bristol, former World Championship runner-up, taking on Mike Warburton, who we've seen win 4-0 this evening.
Yeah, I think it needs no saving.
First leg, it's smart to throw
Masters
first.
semi-finalist
Game on.
against a former winner. Career massively shortened due to injury.
81.
But playing nowadays almost injury-free. You're starting to see, only over the past 12 months or so,
100.
some really good stuff from Mark Dudbridge, former World Match Play finalist and World Championship finalist. Played in the Premier League and missed out
60.
on the playoffs by just a solitary point.
I suppose you're kind of in a similar position to Mark W as to where the darts is at the minute, where it's something where, look, of course you're going to be
93.
competitive, but you're kind of doing it more for the enjoyment factor of it, enjoying being on that stage. And even though, of course, that winning feeling is something that you still want to taste.
Yeah, that sort of, you try to, you want to be as
60.
competitive as possible, but almost act like it doesn't matter. But it's, being competitive is absolutely rooted once you've done any sport as a profession. That's why you see boxers go on for too long.
140.
Many other sportsmen, maybe. Age really
100.
not that important in darts. Look at, I always say it, look at Peter Wright. First world title at 49. Absolutely remarkable. And then went on to win another amongst many other things.
100.
Dubs' throw under pressure early. Of course, Warby at the moment will be feeling like he can't miss because he hasn't.
100. Mike requires 68.
He won every single leg in his first game in 15 darts.
Didn't miss a single double.
36.
Well, this is the first leg
Mark
he's played
require
tonight that
100.
he's missed a double and there's not going to be one in 15.
He is human after all. Dudbridge looks for tops.
Game
Dudbridge
shot on
gets
the
tops.
first leg.
And it's another
Mark
ton
Dudbridge.
plus finish. That is our 4th already. And we are only into the first leg of our third
Second
game
leg, it's Mike
of
to
the
throw
evening.
first. Game on.
In fact, it's our 12th leg of the night. And we have seen 4 ton plus finishes. A quarter of the legs have been done with ton toppers.
180.
That's the only thing Warburton didn't get in his game against Sam Cankett was a maximum.
100.
Played 12 legs this evening. We've had 4 missed starts at doubles.
55.
The numbers are getting a bit silly now.
140. 180.
Perfect response. Usually this man clattering in the 180s.
55. Mike, you require 86.
Holds the joint record for most maximums in a match, 7. Josh Payne is the other player who has that particular record. It's a shared one. Now, it doesn't have to look at the bullseye route because Dudbridge is back on 206. So, squaring up handily enough, and he's going to need himself on 32 upon his return.
I should know, but didn't he get somewhere near the record for the amount of 180s in a group?
174. Mike to require 32.
Pressuring. Should go down the side.
24.
Scoreboard
Mark to
pressure
require 32.
from Mark Dudbridge has forced an error.
Game shot on the second
dart
low.
is the smallest
Mark Dudbridge.
amount of adjustment needed, and that's a 14 dart. Break a throw.
Third leg, it's Mark to throw first.
Well, we asked the question,
Game on.
what type of nick will we see Mark Dudbridge in? Well, we're getting an emphatic answer, and that man can only watch in the background. He's had his chances. He could feel as if he should be tuning up Mike Warburton, but opportunities in both of the opening two legs have come and
100.
gone for the Welshman. And having been 4 from 4 on the doubles in game one, he's already missed 4 at the outer ring in the space of a couple of legs.
85.
You don't mind when you get the last dart visit and you miss that, but when you get 3 clear at a double, that's what leaves you a little frustrated.
134.
Now the side-on angle of the most Rolls-Royce of actions.
140.
Are you much of a bike man on top of car man, incidentally?
Used
115.
to be when I was a bit younger, but no, not so much now. I like watching bike racing. I like watching speedway as well. I like a bit of super bikes and that sort of thing.
60. Mark to require 152.
But they're terrifying with the roads nowadays.
I went for a little drive around the sea front in between sessions, and they had there was like one of the old biker things. They had all, like, all the Lambrettas and stuff like that.
Oh, right. They're hair dryers. They're not motorbikes.
$100.
Well, this is for a 3-0 lead that
60.
perhaps nobody expected. We gave Dudbridge every chance in this game, but we didn't expect this to be a comprehensive job. One left.
40.
Oh, that's desperately unlucky.
Mike to require 160.
He's always going to have trouble with the high single. He needs a Luke Littler flatty. This wouldn't surprise me. Ooh, wow.
60. Mark to require 20.
Needs a similar adjustment as he
Game
had on the
shot on
double
the third
16, and he
leg.
finds it
Mark Dudbridge.
on the double 10. And Dubby takes a 3-leg lead.
Fourth leg, it's
7 on
Mike
the
to throw
doubles.
first. Game
48
on.
darts used. Have that wonderful 100 out, averaging 93.94.
140. $100.
He's one of the players because he had a relatively short career because
140.
of the injury problems. He a little underrated, in my opinion.
Almost forgotten at times.
Yeah, absolutely.
96.
In between winning that World Masters and
100.
maybe 2007-ish, Flash was a force.
$138. Mike to require 121.
Right play, leaves him on a finish, but is he going to get a go? Yes, is your answer. This is 4-0.
79. Mark to require
comprehensive
167.
victory. A superb way to start, but the 167 isn't going to go. And so Warburton, who's already missed 4 darts at double in this game, is going to get another couple of opportunities to get a leg on the ball, but it's going to be under pressure.
Yeah, Mark has done that very well in this match.
Game shot on the 4th
No mistake this time.
My Warburton.
From Warby as he pops in, the 14-dart hold of throw.
5th leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
That's his best leg of the night.
$59. $180.
That's a third max there for Mike Warburton.
And trails 3-1, but takes his average over the ton, 101.03, W 96.43.
100.
High quality encounter.
Dudbridge has been tunning Warburton's submission, 11 of them. We can have a look at the score in power pack now. 11 tons, 2 140s.
60.
And it's just been that consistent score in power, which has given him those opportunities when Warburton has missed. He's 1 from 5 when it comes to the outer ring. Dudbridge 3 from 7.
60.
Here's Warby making his move.
Dudbridge 3-1-2, the good. Looking to get over the line against Warburton. And I mean, as I say, we were wondering what we were going to expect from Mark Dudbridge this evening. And well, the early indications are very, very promising indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. He was always going to come into this group a little cold. Well, we thought he would. And the advantage was with Warby having played in Group A and progressively getting better each day. And an example of that was in that opening match where he reeled off 4 consecutive 15 darters and didn't miss a dart at a double.
Well, certainly that. Well, just some reflections on the night as general as we get the action underway. Apologies for that little stoppage there. We thought this would be a good session. It's living up to the billing.
Yeah.
100.
Everything that we hoped it would be. I think we have a gremlin in
140.
one of our computers.
Mike required 161.
Nice that for once I'm not the gremlin.
It's your fault.
Thanks, Mace.
90.
Someone to get the blame.
Mark required 142.
Warby picking off the ball. But 142 for the match. It's going to stay there. Oh, that's so close. Treble 10 for double 16. Our players now
90.
going 54
Mike
on
requires 71.
62 for double 4, and you hit the single. The 4 for tops is there. Oh, that's a beautiful first dart.
Game
This is
shot on the
lovely.
5th leg.
Back-to-back 14
My
darters to
Warburton.
get himself right back in the match and back on throw.
He is hanging in there.
6th leg, it's Mike to throw first.
Other than
Game
that,
on.
he's been bossing it the last couple of legs. Giving Dubby plenty to think about.
60. $140. $100. $55. $60. 139.
So Dudbridge first to finish to see himself over the line. What can Warburton do by way of response? Needs another to leave himself on a finish.
140.
And he finds it. And he lets Dudbridge know all about that as well as he hyperextends the arm. For the second consecutive leg, Dudbridge looking for 167 to get the job done.
57. Mike required 141.
To come back from 3 legs to 0 down and send us all the way.
57. Mark required 110.
This would be some way to win it. He's going to get a match start. A double 16 to get the better of Mike Warburton. And that's his second ton plus finish. And Mark Dudbridge with a fantastic performance to get past Mike Warburton by 4 legs to 2. A 97 average, 2 ton plus checkouts. A superb performance to kickstart the week for Mark Dudbridge. Plenty of people saw him as an outside punt, and that's part of the reason why Dudbridge is on the board. We're going to take a break. Sam Cankett will return afterwards against Wayne Jones.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. 3 games down and wins so far for Mike Warburton, Wayne Jones and Mark Dudbridge, beating Warby in that previous match as he was unable to double up with victories. Now Wayne Jones is trying to do exactly that against Sam Cankett, who lost his opener.
Thank you very much, Chris. And so, can Cankett crank it up, or is Wayne Jones going to double up in this embryonic Group B table? There was a lot to really like about Wayne Jones's performance, and more than one metric. You can break down the stats: 86 average, 486 on the doubles, 116. But it was a way that he dug in as well. 3-1 down to Davies, and he pulled out those battling qualities in that game.
Yeah, it wasn't like a free-flowing Mike Warburton performance where he just ran away with the match. He had to dig in, and Sam was on the end of that, averaged
49.
78. Yeah, Wayne Jones will want to build on that 4-3 win over David, because you'd expect David Davies to be super competitive
123.
in this group.
Before the off, they had Sam Cankett at 10-11 and Wayne Jones 4-5.
Well, Sam Cankett's averages in all official tournament competition, as I mentioned, his average in that opening game, 78. His average over the last 12 months, so that doesn't take into account if there's been a surge in performance, is 78-28.
98.
Playing to tight, but he needs a extension of his level if he's to get himself into the top 3. Has been playing well at Super League level. Plays with Nick Kenny, who we spoke about earlier on this evening.
Well, if you look at Wayne Jones, averaged 86 exactly in his opening match.
40. Sam, you require 124.
His average over the past 12 months, 85.76.
$56. Wayne, you require 140.
Now for the opening leg against the darts. Not going to happen this time. So Cankett's going to come back for 68 to take the opening leg.
40.
Of our
Sam,
fourth
you require
game of the
68.
evening. And he's going to get 2 at double 4.
Game shot
Only
in the
needed
first
one
leg.
clinical
Sam Cankett.
kill. That's actually his first dart at double all night as well, because he didn't get one at the outer ring against Mike Warburton.
Second leg, it's Wayne to throw first.
17 dart hold, but Wayne was waiting to pounce.
$140. $100.
So this is the overhead angle of where the darts enter the board, which gives us a real good indication of the way the darts
100.
lie in the bed.
Yeah, you don't quite see it over the shoulder because Wayne stands to the left, where this man stands to the right of middle, so you get to see a
135.
line of fire in, how the dart reacts upon release from the hand. Very neutral dart. Wayne Jones
60.
throws. Not too much weep or wibble.
Which basically means that he can work with a lie, whether it's above or below, say the treble 20 bed, for example.
Yeah, and as you can see with Sam, he sits up
85.
slightly, so one that would be a blocker for Sam wouldn't necessarily be a blocker for Wayne. Macy, a perfect example. Well, he did. He hold no fears to him
100.
and steps in with a final dart treble 20, proving that fact.
this is so
127.
much
Wayne, you
better from
require
Sam Cankett here.
101.
Is it going to be in vain in this leg? Can Jones take out the 101? Treble 19 or treble 15 potentially because of his love for double 18.
69. Sam, you require
He's
54.
asked Sam the question here. Gets the 14.
$44. Wayne, you require
Let's off.
32.
He asked the question, but Sam couldn't find the answers.
Game shot on
And
the second
Jones
leg.
mops up to
Wayne
level
Jones.
up at 1 apiece. Double 16 with dart number 16. We have a level game on our hands. 1-1.
Third leg, it's Sam to throw first. Game on.
David Davis and Mark Dudbridge to follow.
140. $85. $95. $60.
Not enough from Wayne Jones, so he's giving Sam a bit of a cushion here.
58.
Don't know about you, but there could be a superhero theme to Saturday night's finals. You've already got Superman through. You've got Super Sam. Then you've got Flash.
125.
Ref by Neil from the In-Betweeners.
58.
Needs another treble.
57.
Fine one.
Sam, you require 150.
So 2 visits if needed, and they're going to be needed.
$75.
Could have been a lot prettier.
It's half the score. And looking to get halfway towards the
78.
victory post.
Sam, you require 75.
And so it is double 12 for a 2-1 lead.
51.
Not to beat. And he's missed 4
Wayne, you
darts at
require
double.
90.
And
Yeah,
96.
desperately unlucky there. And one of those not to have found the target. That's found the 60. Double 9.
78.
doesn't
Sam, you
go. And
require
so Cankett's going to
24.
get another opportunity. Both of his darts at this target in the previous visit wasn't too far away, but that's a wild one. And so it's going to be 7 for double 4.
20.
That was an erratic
Wayne, you
visit from
require
Cankett.
18.
Can he hit double 4?
14.
So
Sam,
for
you
the first
require
time
4.
tonight, we've got a double chasing leg.
No score.
Well, Sam Cankett should be
Wayne, you
midway through the
require
next
4.
leg, 2-1 up. He may find himself behind. Madhouse,
No score.
inside.
Sam, you require 4.
Closest to the ball, lads.
Same hole.
No score.
We go on. The leg goes on.
Wayne, you require 4.
And on.
And on. And on. And it's
Game
now
shot on the
over.
third leg.
And it's a
Wayne
break of throw
Jones.
for Wayne Jones in 27 darts.
Yeah, longest leg of
Fourth leg, it's
the
Wayne
night,
to throw
which
first.
won't
Game
come
on.
as a surprise because up until that leg, it had been Very, very good. I'm going to say the...
100.
It'd be ironic that he just steps in and hits a max.
Because that's what's meant to happen usually in those scenarios.
96.
I know, one more game before you reach the halfway point of the night. Davies up against Mark Dudbridge.
140.
Then we'll know roughly where the group lies. If every player then having played 2 games.
Yeah, 2 of their allocated
45
4 for the evening.
$100.
Tunley's Jones on a finish after 9. Maybe taking control of this game now. He's been the one who's been able to react better following the end of what was a, shall we say, scruffy last leg.
161.
Being very kind. Well, doesn't need to go for this. Not sure
68.
That was the right play.
$100. Wayne, you require 93.
A 3-1. And the bullseye route, which means he is going to head back to the middle of the diddle, solving the riddle for Wayne Jones. A 3-1 lead, a 15-dart leg, 12 fewer than the previous one.
Leg, it's Sam to throw first.
Going for the 161, in my opinion, was a mistake. Or switching to the 51 because
44.
He followed it with a single 3 and a single 5, and then with your opponent on 160. Not sure about going for the ball route either.
140.
But, my opinion, doesn't count for Diddley when he went on to win the leg and find the ball.
100.
And he's kicked on in this. Ton 40 to start, and he has wrestled the darts off of Sam Cankett.
140.
He may well be
100.
6 darts away from putting Sam in the can.
$100.
Ton leads him on 1-2-1.
Yeah, good leg. Back-to-back 140s, followed by a ton. Down to 1-2-1.
60. Wayne, you require 121.
Sam would have found a trouble. We might just see back-to-back ball finishes.
53.
Well, he is 68 points away from a 4-1 victory, and it would mean that he would be the one at this early stage to take command of the table, to be the first player to
Wayne, you
move on
require
to 4 points, because Mike Warburton couldn't take that opportunity in the previous match. He's going to get a dart at double 16 to complete the job.
36. Sam requires
Rubbish,
98.
says Wayne.
Does he like finishes with 8 on the end? Took out 68. And he take out 98.
60.
Not great for Sam.
Wayne, you require 32.
And so, free in hand, a double 16 to complete the victory.
Game,
and Wayne Jones moves 2 from 2, and he tops the Group B table, getting the better of Sam Cankett by 4 legs to 1. Then the game kind of drifted upon that 27 dart, to which Jones managed to win. And from that point onwards, he was the player who kind of took control of proceedings. So Wayne Jones, a 4-1 victor against Sam Cankett. Coming up after the break, it's Davies in action up against Mark Dudbridge.
Welcome back. Another all-Welsh affair about to get underway here at the Super Series. Game 5 features Flash, Mark Dudbridge and David Davies, a man who reached finals night last time he played here at the Super Series, the ever-improving Denbigh player. Mark Dudbridge, though, was in good form in his opening match, a 4-2 win against another Welshman in Mike Warburton, and he is looking to do what Wayne Jones has just done and make it 2 from 2. I will hand you back to our top 2 in the commentary box. Henry Deacon is alongside Chris Mason.
Thank you, Chris. I have to interrupt this transmission. With
First
the
leg, it's David to throw first.
Paul Ware won
Game on.
a game of darts for the summer saddles tonight. It's my local Tivy league. Doesn't often win. Well done, boys. My local little pub team winning 8-1.
I can tell you he's been waiting with bated breath to say
77.
that.
Yeah. And I will be going to my other house in North Wales on Sunday, not too far from where David Davies lives. About 20 minutes.
57.
Well, David Davies even money to win this game. Mark Dudbridge goes off at 8-11 with the odds compilers.
180.
As Davies piles in the first max of the match.
180. Coming from David. I've been expecting them from Dubby tonight. Didn't have one in his first match. Did have that 174, which forced a bit of a error from Wolby.
95.
There's the Dudbridge max.
David, you require 149.
It's been a good start to this game. Is David's going to give us a roof-raising checkout?
Not this time. Balls the shot.
70.
How much pressure? Dubby apply a whole heap. Single 17.
137. David, you require
Davies has gone
79.
from being in control of the leg to now needing double 11. Not the nicest double on the board.
Game shot on the first leg. David Davies.
I can assure you, he wasn't aiming there.
The equivalent of a 2-yard
Second leg, it's
tap-in.
Mark
It's
to
a
throw
bit scruffy,
first.
but it
Game
counts
on.
all the same.
Great start to the game, though. Both players hitting a max.
100.
Bridge leaving a double after 12, but not getting a go.
$140.
140 to start for Davies in leg 2.
$135.
We're going to have a little check after this game whether there's a magnet in there or not. They're just not missing it. What is this? This is excellent.
180.
Gorgeous darts.
Should stay there.
96.
Leaves the 170. Wowzers.
130.
He'd been on a 10.
Mark, you require 170.
His average, because it's going to go down in a second, is 124.04,
90.
David Davies.
David, you require 51.
Well, Dubby left 32 after 12 in leg 1. He's left 80 after 12 in leg 2 and may not get a go.
Game shot on the second leg.
Doesn't get a
David
go.
Davies.
The 12 darter, 2-0 lead, 115.62 the average for David Davies.
Third leg, it's Davies to throw first.
He's averaging 111.25 after
Game
two
on.
legs. He hasn't even had a dart at double.
Nope. But the mindset and mentality of an experienced player will
81.
be one of, well, if I play like this for the next couple of hours and the course of tomorrow, I'll be safely through.
48.
And we've seen these types of streaks from Dudbridge here in the past. You'll know all too well. The treble hitting now is bordering on ridiculous for David Davies.
Two legs. He's crewed 2 180s, 2 140s.
41.
A ton. 2 out of 3 on the doubles. A finish of 79.
Bit like that Meatloaf song. Don't be sad, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
55.
Needs a max.
140.
Not about second prize.
Still full advantage Davies as he searches for a 3-0 lead. However, Dudbridge should be wary of the fact that in his first game against Wayne Jones, Davies did have a lead, 3-1 in that particular encounter, and he did go on and lose the game.
$96.
And he's got himself back within a point.
$50.
Well, that is a rare misfire for as far as the Welshman is concerned. And Dudbridge looking to set up perfectly. Can he cram in another one alongside to leave himself on double 18? And now this leg has completely changed.
Should start on ball. Could start on 18s.
Right, Charlie Corsafine has opened up his wallet because there's flies all over the stage.
It's moths, Henry. Treble 20. For tops. For a heartbreaker.
Game shot on the third
excellent
leg.
from David Davies again on the finishing. A 1-2-5 puts him 3-0 to the good against Mark Dudbridge.
It's Mark to throw first.
Averaging 102.5. And again, Mark Dudbridge, 104 average after 3 legs. He's still not had a dart at a double. If you can make this up, they'd lock you up. 4th max of the match. Dudbridge's average now goes into the realms of 110. The record losing average in this competition is 110.5. Gary Stone at the end of the previous phase.
Yeah, that's about right for Gary. It wasn't for bad luck. He get no luck at all.
There's somebody called pest control.
57.
I'm saying nothing. You know what, if they're playing that well, if the fly lands on the board, they'll nail it.
60. $94. $91.
He's himself on the fish. Davies' best attempt is to hit a maximum and leave the fish himself. So Dudbridge is going to you think now get his first opportunity at a double in this match.
135. Mark your require 170.
Known as the perfect six, 180, 170. Ooh, I wonder if he would have.
96.
Definitely should get a dart here, at least one, even if he misses the 42 for 32.
99. Mark your require
14,
74.
20 and tops.
20. A first dart at a double for Dudbridge
34.
has come and gone.
David
It may be the only one he gets in this match.
116.
Yeah, could have been his first, maybe his last. Especially the way this man's been finishing.
$60. Mark your require
So
40.
to get a rubber on the board. First one's a wire bender. The second one below. Double 10.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Last dart,
Mark
Dudbridge. 3-1. But Davies now has the darts to get over the line.
Oh, as you mentioned, he was
Fifth leg,
3-1
it's
up.
David to throw first.
Against
Game on.
Wayne Jones. And lost 4-3.
$60. $28. $100.
A poor start to the leg from Dubby.
121.
Well, a treble visit here for Davies will open up the door
100.
for Dudbridge. Even just a ton there, a couple of trebles. May just put the leg in, flash his favour. We can find a flashy visit.
140.
Ton 40 found.
Right on cue. But it's got him back in the leg.
Just a feeling these two are beginning to meet a little bit more in halfway territory now.
125.
But that's a big last start for Davies. Leaves himself 116. What can Dudbridge do by way of a post?
They switch.
58. David to require
Starting hero was
116.
Dennis Priestley. He was known for the switch to the 54. Can still finish. Treble 17. Leaves the ball.
74.
But that, well, it was
Mark
miles
require
away.
154.
Dudbridge 154 to rescue it. Is it going to be Flash to the rescue? Not this time. And so Davies to get over the line. 42 points
42.
away from a 4-1 victory to get his opening rubber on the board. It's going to be 2 in his hand, a double 16. This has been a fabulous performance.
10.
But he's not done yet. And Dudbridge
Mark
has
require
still
60.
got a hope and a prayer.
Oh, we're seeing a bit of darting deja vu. Remember, it was Wayne Jones who led. David Davies who led Wayne Jones. Oh, dear.
40.
Yeah, he knows that's an opportunity
David
missed.
to require 32.
That may well be all that has been written. Has Dudbridge been bitten? By a delightful
24.
display by David Davies, but more match darts have come and gone.
He had been so good. on
Mark
the doubles.
require 20.
Ooh, double 4.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Oh,
Mark
somehow.
Dudbridge.
Dubby gets a breaker throw, closes the gap to just one, and we're
Sixth
somehow
it's smart to throw
back on
first.
throw.
Game on.
And David Davies couldn't storm back to the drinks table quick enough. He was almost incandescent with himself.
45.
His average has gone down by about 10 points. That of the Welshman.
Remember,
140.
his peak average, Dudbridge, was around 110, wasn't it, after a couple of legs? David Davies was up around 115 after the same amount of legs
87.
played. It was a great 140 there. Pressure the early 45 from Dubs.
Well, the biggest difference is this.
140.
When he was 3-0 up, David Davies, he was 3 out of 4 on the finishes. He's now 3 from 10. And Dudbridge has been given opportunities. And by and large, he's been able to take them. He's hit a quarter of the doubles that he's been afforded in this match.
57.
But he has lost the throw in this one.
Yeah, back-to-back 140s for David Davies. And again, showing good level of maturity.
57.
Hasn't panicked. Trebles
40.
have just
David
dried up.
Reply,
45, 87,
164.
57 and 40 for Mark in this all-important leg.
$41.
Both players have had 2 maximums apiece. What Dudbridge would give the maximum number 3. Well, that's not going to happen. He's not going to be able to leave a finish.
60. David required 123.
So 6 darts. 1, 2, 3 to find leg 4 for David Davies.
And he won't be going 16 ball. Single 16. Leaves in
83.
Tops.
Now Dudbridge would love one of his trademark maximums about now.
65. David required
So
40.
to complete the job, a 4-2 victory and to get his opening rubber on the board.
Game,
David
shot,
Davies with
and
an
the match.
impressive performance,
David
especially at the
Davies.
beginning. He manages to claw his way over the line in the end against Mark Dudbridge. He put up a resilience in the middle portion of that game. In the end, a 91.94 average, 4 out of 11 on the doubles, including a 1-2-5 checkout. As for Dudbridge, he came back from 3-0 down to pull it back to 3-2, but Davies gets over the line in the end. That's our halfway point of the evening come and gone. Coming up after the break, Mike Warburton and Wayne Jones will play their 3rd games of the evening.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where we've played half of the fixtures tonight in this group, a quarter overall. We'll take a look at the results in those first 5. Mace, what stands out for you?
I bet we can start at the opening match. A wonderful performance from Warby, winning 4-0 in 60 darts, 100 average and 4 out of 4 on the doubles. Great battling performance from Wayne Jones, who was 3-1 down. And then Dubby in his opening match of the night. Probably feared the worst for him, especially the way Warby played in his opening game, but he got a win. And then Wayne Jones getting a 4-1 win over Sam, which meant he's the only unbeaten player so far tonight.
Yeah, and a decent performance from David Davies, both in defeat to Jones and that victory in his last match. But we'll talk about Mike Warburton first, because that was just a special performance to open, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 ton-plus finishes, two other key clutch finishes as well. This was the 120. And again, just so measured. Knew exactly where it was. It was sort of never in doubt. And from that point on, you could almost tell that you sort of can visually tell from Warby when he's got it about him. And he certainly had him about him in that first game.
Yeah, it's quite rare that, isn't it, as well, 4 15 darters to get the 100 average in.
Yeah, and then we started the first leg of the next match with a 15 darter. We had a great run where we missed sort of a handful of doubles in 3 matches. And then you always get that one iffy leg, a real pressure leg where players start to feel it, and we had one of those.
Your old pal Mark Dudbridge, he's played some decent stuff as well. You mentioned that those second and third matches of the night, and Dudbridge last player out, but he turned up, and despite what Warburton had done in the first one, he did stuff like this. Yeah,
and he just was applying the pressure at key times. But the way Warby had been playing, and the fact that he was pretty immaculate on his finishes, we weren't expecting a miss, but that's what scoreboard pressure can do. You can you can't do anything else to put your opponent off. But what you can do is just try and put in a little bit of doubt in the mind, and that's what Dubby did. And that was a better dart than it looked, because it took a minute adjustment to find the double 16.
And Wayne Jones, I mean, he started really well in Group A earlier this week. He's done it again, 2 wins from 2 to start off Group B.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's not. I don't think he's particularly a morning person, so he mainly plays. He still plays a fair bit of lead darts at home, and of course that would be at night time. But there was a couple of choices, a bit of board management that I didn't particularly agree with, but he won the leg, so my opinion counts for nout.
Yeah, old school, and the table doesn't lie. We'll take a look at it now, and it shows Wayne Jones top of it. Look, early stages in this group, you're never through or out of it at this point, but Jones is looking good.
Yeah, halfway there. I sort of think if you can win 50% of your matches in Group B, more often than not, that will be more than enough to get you through in one of the top 3 places into Saturday night's final. So, listen, if you can pick one more win up tonight, that'd be a big bonus.
Yep, halfway there in this group. Just going to turn our attention away for a moment to reveal next week's lineup here at the Super Series. So the second week of Series 5. And we've got some familiar names there, notably former finalists Daryl Pilgrim and Scott Taylor.
Yeah, nice lineup. Justin Smith, a player that seems to be sort of on his way back. Good to see Cullerton back. Enjoyed Conterman the last time he was here. Coulter, a name I'm not particularly familiar with. Daryl Pilgrim, always going to be a threat, as is Scott Taylor, who's here this time as an ADC qualifier.
Yeah, those 2 players, as I mentioned, former finalists in terms of getting through to the big finals at Champions Week. But Pilgrim and Taylor, only one of them can get there this time, and it might not even be one of those 2.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I enjoyed Dom Taylor as well. He's had a couple of goes here, and he's another one like David Davis, has improved every time. And looking forward to seeing Charlie Large back as well.
Right, we'll get back to Group B, and this week the players still fighting it out to get to finals night themselves. And 2 of the players who've really impressed tonight, Mike Warburton and Wayne Jones, are about to go head-to-head. So we won't keep them waiting any longer. Back to Henry in commentary.
Cheers, Chris. And cheers, Chris. And so to Game 6 of our evening, and it is the battle between the 2 players that dropped out of Group A on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday respectively. Mike Warburton and Wayne Jones renewing acquaintances for the 4th time this week at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And their meeting yesterday, well, it went the distance. It was a high-quality affair. Mike Warburton won by 4 legs to 3 with a 93.92 average, 4.9 on the double. Wayne Jones averaged 94.5 himself, and a losing effort, 3 out of 7 when it came to the finishing in that one.
First leg, it's Mike to throw first. Game on.
And I'll tell you what, you've raced your way back down, Mace, in record time.
Well, we're running a bit late, mate, aren't we? Need to get on with it. Players have been up there for 15 minutes. They'll be tired out.
100.
Who do you fancy in this one, Henry? More importantly,
121.
the odds compilers think is going to be most likely.
Well, they've got Mike Warburton as a very heavy favourite at 4-7. Wayne Jones 5-4 to win this one.
100.
Yeah, and interestingly, that's not changed since, well, around about 8 o'clock tonight.
Well, if you're pointing on the
100.
stats for tonight and the performances tonight, you'd have to go by way of Mike Warburton. That brilliant performance against Sam Cankett and even losing to Mark Dudbridge. 3 maximums, 96 average and 2 out of 6 on
100.
the doubling. He was only beaten by Mark Dudbridge, who had 2-ton plus checkouts himself in that particular match. He's looked on point tonight, has Warburton. And he keeps winning legs in 15 darts and having already notched up 3 tons in this leg, he may get the ultimate red pen pin here.
Well,
100.
put
Wayne
a slightly
required
different spin on that
140.
Monday. Wayne Jones won 4-1. Tuesday, he won 4-3.
92. Mike required 101.
Wednesday, Mike won a very tight one, despite Wayne having a higher average. 4-3. Actually missed darts to win it, didn't he?
85.
Could be 3 from
Wayne
3
required
against
48.
Warby.
He may find himself 1-0 up with a break in a dart's time.
Game
1-0
shot on the
Wayne
first
Jones.
leg.
Warburton missed
Wayne
a dart at
Jones.
double 16 for the ultimate red pen leg. And Wayne Jones swoops to lead 1-0.
Second leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on.
Yep, very tidy. 14 dart opening leg against the run of play, has to be said.
And the thing with Group B
85.
is if you can go through the card on night 1, you pretty much do the job for yourself in terms of getting through. By and large, it then be 1 win to kind of guarantee yourself. And to be honest, the 8 points could be enough on night 1 to get you through.
100.
Absolutely. Very rarely will you not make the top 3 of Group B with 8 points.
83.
I think if the players can win 2 out of 4 on the opening night, they're in a good position.
Keep yourself in proceedings. Now, 10 points is kind of the magic number
60.
in Group B because the only way you can't qualify with 10 points is if somebody at the bottom of the table picks up 0 points because you can still have 4 players on 10. So actually, in some ways, you actually want everybody to pick something up because you know
123.
then what the end goal and the end objective is to get yourself through.
Absolutely. And Wayne will have to play Mark Dudbridge in his
60.
final match of 4 this evening. And that's going to be no gimme. So it would be a huge bonus if Wayne can pick up a win against Warby here.
100. $99. Wayne required 110.
Seen this already tonight. The 110 finish, but we're not going to get it on this
78.
occasion. Not that it's seemingly going to matter this time because Warburton back on 182.
$60.
Only 60.
Wayne, you require 32.
Well, that's going to allow Wayne to attack this double 16. Without too much fear.
16.
Yeah, you can't believe it.
Mike, you require 122.
Treble leads in the bolt. just the other side. And so Jones is going to get 3 more at double 8.
90.
Oh,
Wayne, you
tidies up
require
very well
16.
there, Warburton. And now there is pressure.
Game shot on the second leg.
And this time,
Wayne Jones.
he finds the target. 2-0.
So Wayne Jones, 2-0 to the good.
Third leg, it's Mike to throw first.
Halfway
Game
towards
on.
victory. And the way Mike Warburton's played tonight, if he comes out of this 1 win from 3, he'll probably be lurking around.
Yeah, it'll be one of those
140.
head-scratching moments, especially the way he started the night off with a pretty immaculate display.
And that first performance against Sam
85.
Cankett had the feeling of, hi, I'm Mike Warburton and I am here to compete.
Well, he was... It's like he was just putting a marker down, wasn't it?
100.
Mike Warburton's final match will be against David Davies. And
180.
he's been super competitive tonight.
$60.
An opportunity here presents itself potentially against the darts of Wayne Jones, looking for the double break and a 3-0 lead.
100.
He did the hard work with the max and is now 65 points to the good, minus these.
$100. Wayne, you require 136.
So 136 for the double breaker throw and to put himself a leg away. Not going to happen on this occasion. And guess what? After 12 darts, Mike Warburton needs 101.
100. Mike, you require 101.
It is like bread and butter for Warburton. But
69.
the double 16 wasn't a piece of toast.
Wayne,
And
you
his
require
chances could be
36.
toast if Jones can take out the double 18.
Game shot on the third leg.
Because he's been
Wayne
burnt
Jones.
again, Mike Warburton. Jones 3-0 up, courtesy of his friend, that is double 18.
And the double breaker
Fourth leg, it's
throw,
Wayne to throw
averaging
first. Game on.
98 is Wayne Jones. 50% on doubles. All going very swimmingly.
55. $140.
Well, I suppose at this time of night it'd be more crumpet hour, wouldn't it?
No.
85.
Breakfast, isn't it? Crumpets.
You never had crumpets before bed?
How about crumpets? This could be
100.
a bagel.
Did someone serve that to you, or you just a cut above the rest?
85.
Stop it.
Like it or loaf it.
Carry on, you'll be getting a knuckle sandwich.
140.
Great visit from Morby. And on the Jones throw, he has not given up hope.
100. Mike, you require 121.
6 darts to save this match and extend it into a 5th leg.
57.
Well, we know how much Wayne Jones would love a 140 about now. It's not going to happen.
85.
He
Mike,
fires
you
an
require
okay setup,
64.
but to get a chalk on the board, 64 for Warburton. It's going to be a dart at double 16.
Game shot on the
And
fourth
finally,
leg.
he finds
Mike
that target
Warburton.
which has caused him oh so many troubles in this game.
It is a 15 dart break back.
Fifth leg, it's Mike to throw first. Game on. $125. $100.
Big fine with the last dart there for Jones. Don't forget, of course, you can get in contact with us on
60.
social media at MSS Darts. Any observation, do fire them our way and we will get our social media team to send us some of the best tweets and we will
55.
read them out live on air for you. Any thoughts, observations, any questions for Chris or myself in the commentary box, do send them in.
$100.
He dink a couple over the top. There's one.
100.
Good effort. Just keeping on the heels of Warby.
$100.
Well, this is to bring it back to 3-2. Now, Rain Jones has had a comeback victory
60.
tonight, coming
Mike
back from
Mackay,
3-1 down to beat David
116.
Davies by 4 legs to 3. Is he beginning to see a reversal of those fortunes as Warburton gets a dart at tops?
Game shot on the
Typically
fifth
Warburton,
lay.
a
Mark
ton topper
Warburton.
to make it 3-2 with a 15 dart leg. Well, it's
Six
becoming
ladies
the story of
waiting
the
to throw
night.
First. Game on.
But Jones has the darts here to seal a 4-2 success. That's our 7th ton plus finish of the night, incidentally, if you're
60.
keeping count.
$60. $60. $100.
Just had a message in from Martin Turner, reminded me of a bagel I had. He beat me 6-0 in a Players' Championship in 2019, but I actually bageled him 2 years before that, and then beat him again after that.
I'm just glad that people aren't
58.
sending in comments to commentators about bagels and Glenn Durrant's here, otherwise we might be here all night.
1-0.
60.
I'm going to pay for that next week, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. Glenn, of course,
60.
back in the world of TV darts next month, isn't he? In the World Seniors match play at the Barbican in York.
87.
Oh, Wayne Jones limping towards the winning line.
Has he just survived the mini Warburton comeback?
58. Wayne, you require 134.
Well, he's got 6 from here because Mike Warburton has left himself on 165 and he knows exactly what he's done.
98.
Wayne Jones leaving his friend over there on double 18 to win it 4-2. To continue, a brilliant start. for the
95.
Wolverhampton man.
Wayne, you require
Opening
36.
night of Group B.
Is it going to be a hat-trick for the Wanderer? 2 9s to get over the line.
18.
But it's not done yet.
Mike, you require 70.
Warburton from 3-0 down, going to drag us all the way to a last leg decider.
Gonna get one dart at double 6.
Game shot on the 6th
that will
leg.
hurt.
My Warburton.
Absolute mile away from his desired target of a big 20. Then finds
7th and
double
final
6.
leg. It's Mike to throw first.
Well, this
Game
is a
on.
huge leg now that ensues because Mike Warburton wins this, then him and Wayne will both be locked on 4 points. If Jones can win this, then he's going to open up. Okay, there's still gains to other players to come, but it'd open up a
100.
4-point buffer at the top of the table. He'd move on to 6. There'd then be 3 players on 2, and then Cankett yet to get off the mark.
100. $100.
He's short. Is closing in on the longest match of the night, the Wayne Jones match with David Davies that went all the way. Lasted 18
95.
minutes and 10 seconds. This one, Henry heading towards that.
Yeah, in the 17th minute of this game.
134.
This has been typical match play darts.
Should be coming away from there, really.
139. Mike, you require
167. Absolute
167.
parity. 9 darts thrown apiece. 3-3 in legs. 167. Plays 167. Trouble 19. Wow, bull.
This would be some way to win it.
142.
And he wasn't too far away.
Wayne, you require
So can Wayne Jones find
167.
what Warburton's just missed? Knows the answer.
131.
Precious the 25 of the fabulous
Mike
131.
required 25.
He has had 3 match darts in this match.
He was
Game
3-0
shot,
down.
And the match.
And Mike Warburton finds a way to claw out a victory against Wayne Jones. And you can see how important it is by the facial reactions. Warburton winning 4-3, tying him and Wayne Jones at the top of the table on 4 points. And so coming up next, David Davies can make it a 3-way tie at the top if he can get the better of Sam Cankett.
Well, it's all about getting through to Saturday night, and that's what the players in Group B are aiming for. 3 places up for grabs from the 5 players in action, and David Davies can go joint top, tied with Wayne Jones and Mike Warburton, who just got a 4-3 win, a great escape victory against the man at the top of the table. Sam Cankett, however, yet to get off the mark tonight. Can he do it in this one? Let's find out in the company of Chris Mason and Henry Deacon.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chris. So, what are we going to see from David Davies in this one?
First leg, it's
could
Sam
argue
to
that
throw
he should be
first.
2 from
Game
2
on.
because he had a 3-1 lead in his opening game against Wayne Jones and then getting a bit of a Mark Dudbridge last time out. As for Sam Cankett, well, the panic buttons may begin to whirl through the mind
44.
because 2 games played, just the one leg won, and when you consider the performances of others this evening, he's just been drifting behind a little bit.
Yeah, he needs a
26.
big performance just to boost his confidence.
$60.
Well, in his previous game against Mark Dudbridge, the trebles was an absolute magnet for the first half. He had to survive a bit of a
140.
flash onslaught. From 3-0 up, it went back to 3-2 before Davies did then get over the line.
96. $85. $95.
Now, the odds compilers had Sam Cankett at 4-5, David Davies 10-11, and you sense on the basis of play, you really do fancy that 10-11.
140.
Especially now.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was one of the matches that caught our eye when we were looking over all the games.
174.
Well,
David
the first time we've
required
seen that tonight.
110.
Mark Dudbridge found one of those. So seen 110.
90. Sam, you require 32.
But superb setup play from Cankett has afforded him this opportunity at double 16.
Game
Takes
shot on the
it.
first leg.
17 darts
Sam
to take the
Cankett.
first leg. Sam Cankett on the board, leading David Davies by a leg to 0.
Not to rely on.
Second leg, it's
Dodging
David
a
to throw
bullet.
first. Game on.
From David Davies at tops off the 110.
98.
Scenario we spoke of, Henry,
139.
would be ideal here for Cankett to go on and win this match. It would keep the table very tight. It would mean we'd have 2 on 4,
100.
being Wayne Jones and Warby. 3 on 2, being David Davies, Dubby and Cankett, with all the players with one more game to play.
140.
Those games will be Wayne Jones against Mark Dudbridge, David Davies against Warby, and then Dudbridge playing Cankett.
And it then means the scenario is simpler for
98.
the players if everybody's on 2 points, as you mentioned earlier on. 10 would be enough to get into Saturday night. 10 would be the magic
100.
number.
And for Warby and Wayne Jones, they would move within 2 wins of that magical number. They know tomorrow night, win half of my games.
125.
the
Sam, you
finals
require
night on Saturday.
122.
With Super Saturday, Superman himself, Matt Clark, who's already waiting.
54. David, you require 80.
Double 10. Oh, he
No
strayed the other
score.
side. He's found the wrong bed, and so Cankett's going to get a chance for a 2-0 lead.
68.
Problem is for David Davis, of course, it's back to 80. So even if, well, I'm going to say, even if he doesn't get it, David Davis still has a lot
Game
to do,
shot
but
the
he
second
does
lay. Sam Cankett.
find it. And this is a bit of a turn up for the books.
A bit of a tear up.
Third leg, it's Sam to throw first. Game on.
Tearing up the form guide. To this point,
97.
Sam had been averaging around 77 for the night. Right now, averaging in excess of 94.
And in fairness to David Davies, he hasn't
26.
lingered anywhere. He's kind of playing to his nightly average, his nightly standard.
97. $55. $137.
Cankett leaving himself on 170 after 9, and he has got acres of time. David Davis had a real off leg here.
42. Sam, you require 170.
It's been a performance that leaving us shaking our heads. Never mind David Davis.
85.
85 leaves 85 in half.
The time he's been forward in this leg, he could probably go read the newspaper, have a cup of tea, and then come back and still have time to take the 85
Sam, you
out.
require 85.
Not that he wants to mess about. But he recovers the
Game shot
situation
on the
well
third
to
lay.
add tots and
Sam
to
Cankett.
find himself in a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, it's back-to-back 15 dart legs as well from Sam Cankett. The
Fourth leg,
average
it's
now
David
at
to throw
96.
first. Game on.
David Davis way off the pace, 82.36.
$58. $59. $100.
That's a max for Sam.
180.
What can Davies do by way of a post?
99.
Oh, that was the minimum requirement. He'll stay there. The single 18
128.
would have left him a finish, of course, but the treble's a bonus.
And his average now is ticking above the ton. He has put 22 points on top of anything else that he's done
100. Sam,
tonight
you require 134.
to finish off an immaculate display.
94.
Yet again,
David, you
3
require
out of 3 on the
144.
treble 18s in the last 2 visits. Pulsing David Davis, won't finish now. So Sam Cankett to make it 4-0.
60.
It's a massive blow
Sam,
to
you
the
require 40.
legs difference as well for David Davis. 2 10s. 2
Game,
10s he gets.
shot, and the match.
Well, it was a
Sam
17
Cankett.
darter in leg 1. And then followed that up with back-to-back 15s and a 14. And a 180 in the leg to win it. An average, a very impressive one. 98.56, the second highest average of Group B so far. When we come back, Wayne Jones will face Mark Dudbridge.
Well, game 8 of tonight's 10 features Mark Dudbridge and Wayne Jones fighting it out now at the Super Series. Some 17 years since their very first meeting. Chris Mason, I'm sure, will be interested to know that was at the Ireland Autumn Classic of 2006. He himself was beaten in the last 16 to the great Dennis Priestley, and I'm pretty sure that Mace will remember it.
I certainly do, Chris. It was one of a lot of the players' favourite tournaments. They did have some magical moments in the Emerald Isle. That may not have been one of them, although...
First leg, it's Wayne to throw first.
Too much.
Game on.
Proper dart player was Dennis Priestley, one of the greats of our game.
So for
100.
Wayne Jones, this is his final outing of the evening. As for Mark Dudbridge, he's only halfway through his night.
Yes,
58.
because Mark played his opening game third on, means he has the busier schedule.
45.
How important is stamina on a night like this?
Yeah, it's huge. Absolutely huge. You know, I know the players
44.
do enjoy the night sessions more. But of course, can't think of too many occasions that you'd be playing at midnight.
95.
And of course, Mark Dudbridge is playing the last game. So priority number one is to win the game, but probably as quick as possible to try and just save something in the
45.
tank.
$140.
I've seen it from players before where they just tend to sometimes just hit a brick wall.
134. Wayne, you require 121.
121 for Jones. He probably will go for it if he finds the treble. 17 now.
53.
Now, look, meetings ain't going to matter much because it's such a long time ago, but I'm going to give you a nice little nostalgic trip down memory lane. The last meeting between this pair was in the Championship League of Darts back in October
60.
2010.
Yeah, that
Wayne
was
Jones.
another tournament
Wayne,
of
you require
stamina.
68.
Wayne Jones won that 6-0.
Wow.
Mark Dudbridge came through that game empty-handed in more ways than one. Because you used to get
60.
paid for every
Mark,
leg
you
you won in
require
that competition.
160.
Yeah. £50. £50 a leg. That tournament, of course, was won by a player we've seen.
60. Wayne, you
Saturday
require
night.
8.
Colin Osborne.
Game
Double
shot on the
one
first
for
leg.
1-0.
Wayne Jones.
And Jones is on the board. Work for
Second leg,
Dudbridge
it's
to do. And
Mark
it was
to
such a
throw
promising
first.
start.
Game on.
97 average. Against Mike Warburton, a couple of ton toppers in there, 50% on the doubles. Then threatened the comeback against Davies. Now,
140.
Davies went off like a steam train in that game, the way he raced into a 3-0 lead. Dudbridge tried to make a bit of a fist of it, but Davies managed to call over the line in the end.
140.
The gap for Mark when he underwent elbow and shoulder surgery
59.
was out of the picture for a good 4 years between 2010 and 14. As Murph mentioned, their
81.
first ever meeting was in that Ireland Open Autumn Classic back in 17 years ago. Wow.
180.
Well, that was risky, but because he was perfect, it worked.
$100. Mark your required.
So level up at 1
122.
apiece. Dudbridge has got 6 on 122. And it's going to need the 6.
$106.
Yeah, Wayne won that match, 5-3. And then lost 6-3 to James Wade.
100. Mark your
Great
required.
names in that
60.
quarterfinal. Kevin Painter beat Darren Johnson. Mardle beat Priestley 6-5. Mick McGowan beat Lionel
Game
Sams.
shot on the second leg.
Wayne
Mark
beat Wayne
Dudbridge.
Jones. Eventual winner, Mick McGowan beat Kevin Painter 7-0 in the final.
Third leg, it's Wayne to
Tournament.
throw
2
first.
years later, I went on to lose the final. We spoke about it last week. The Cat, Felix McBrarity.
Another psychiatrist couch session for
83.
Mason.
Oh dear.
I feel like every week we have to bring up
55.
something new which you just need to reflect upon, which you forgot about for years. Oh, Jones, I want to forget about this visit.
Yeah.
66. $60. $121.
Ready, looking over the history of these two.
44.
Never had a meeting on TV. That Championship League of Darts, of course, was a streamed event. Yeah, no meeting on television. Quite bizarre.
83.
Just for context, overall head-to-head meeting 9-4 in favour of Wayne Jones.
140. Wayne, you require 148.
So 6 darts from here. Another one of them. Decided to head downstairs.
92.
Because the 48 would have left him a dart at tops.
$32. Wayne, you require
That works.
56.
Leaves the 170. Sticking with the double 18.
No score.
And he's going to have to start again if he gets another
Mark, you
go.
require 170.
We're going to get a flashy fishy from Duddy. Not this time.
100.
He won't feel too
Wayne,
bad.
you require
Didn't hit the ball.
56.
Well, a change of MO this time, tops. A change of double does not
46.
lead to a change of fortune.
Mark, you require 70.
Well, do not be surprised if this one goes all the way. Their numbers over the last 12 months are insanely
Game
close.
shot on the third leg. Mark Dudbridge.
85.77 in the last 12 months is the running average of Dudbridge. 85.76. Wayne Jones.
Fourth leg, it's Smart to
In
throw
terms of
first.
matches
Game on.
checkout percentage, 36.04 Dudbridge, 36.89 Wayne Jones. Every metric.
Importantly, though, for
40.
Dudbridge, that previous leg was a break, so it means that he can try and take control of proceedings here.
Yeah, but hands that back, starting with just 40.
123. $97.
Excellent
134.
visit, excellent readjustment across to the 18s, and now he has full stead of this fourth leg.
Wayne, 8 years older than Mark Dudbridge. So
44.
The schedule was going to get to anybody, it would be Wayne Jones. But
100.
laser-like focus at the moment.
But in playing maybe a little bit of devil's advocate and putting the coin the other way, Mark Dudbridge is only halfway through the night, whereas Wayne Jones can see the end of his evening in sight. And sometimes you can have that final kick, a bit like a marathon runner who may have hit the wall, but sees the finishing line and can find something.
60.
Got to get another chance to win the leg with Dudbridge back on 220.
$60. Wayne, you require 84.
But a bit of Desmond action. On at tops.
44.
Just above, wasn't too far away.
Mark, you require 160.
I think the likelihood is he will return for that all-important break back. But 2 treble 20s will leave tops. Oh, wow.
Game
Flashy
from
from
foreplay.
Dudbridge.
Mark Dudbridge.
Don't apologise. That was excellent. He leads 3-1. And is that the straw that breaks the Wanderers' back?
Fifth leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on.
Wow, that will hurt Wayne, the thickness of the wire away from levelling things up. It's to watch
100.
Mark Dudbridge take out an absolute beauty.
That was a monster.
89.
They hurt. If you joined us at the top of the show, you'd have seen some footage of Mark Dudbridge taking out some beautiful shots the last time he was here.
100.
Of that ilk.
Who won that week?
Who between?
That week where he went berserk, won that Group A at the 7 maximums.
140.
It was me, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
Thought it was a trick question, Henry.
100.
Speed of the brain is just slowly winding down.
There is a brain?
Oh, a very small one.
105.
Well, he just took out a 160. Surely he's not going to take out the 167 for the match. Moody's in. I wouldn't put it past him.
98. Mark to require 167.
Well, this would be some way to finish off. Not going to happen.
Ooh. So close.
95. Wayne, you require 103.
The 48 would have left his
55.
favourite double at
Mark
the moment.
requires 72.
18. As it is. Ooh. 45 left.
Double 16 for victory.
40.
Not to beat.
Wayne,
It's a
you
match
require
duck come and gone
48.
for Mark Dudbridge. And so Wayne Jones to keep this game alive, to bring it back to 3-2. Well, why not go double-double? Now 4s.
Game
And
shot
he's
on the
still in it. The next door neighbour
Wayne
to his
Jones.
favoured double 18 comes up trumps. And it's back to 3-2. But it is Dudbridge who has the advantage of throwing a leg there. If he wins, sees him seal the deal, and it would put him onto 4 points in the group. It means 3 players won 4 points in the group. And is he going to start with a trademark max?
100.
He's hanging in. Oh, look at this.
140.
The collective breaths are being held for a second. But what he has done is put himself right on the cusp now. Unless...
140.
It's all about this visit. And he's in again. Great response to the disappointment of missing a match dart.
123.
58 after 9. Possible. 11 dart it. This all stems from that
60.
incredible 160.
Mark required 58.
Tots for Dudbridge.
Game,
to
shot,
double his win tally, and it makes it 2 wins for Flash, whose performance kind of hinged and changed on that 160 checkout. The game basically, it changed on that particular pinhead. A 4-2 victory for Mark Dudbridge means that Wayne Jones finishes his night with 2 victories. Dudbridge has still got 1 more game to go. It's going to be a final appearance of the night for Messrs Warburton and Davies in an all-Welsh affair when we return after this.
Every Saturday, we open our doors for our weekly finals night.
For a unique and intimate darts experience.
Meet the Dart Stars and even the team off the telly
Here at our purpose-built venue in Portsmouth.
every single Saturday evening.
Tickets can be booked via this QR code
Or at www.dartshop.tv for a very small booking fee.
Follow us at MSS Darts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok.
For all the latest ticketing news.
All you need to do, log on, book, turn up, and the action gets underway from 7:30 p.m.
So what are you waiting for?
Get your tickets to the darts.
We look forward to welcoming you to the MODUS Super Series very soon.
Yeah, do come and join us on Saturday night if you possibly can. Not just this Saturday, every Saturday available. Tickets at dartshop.tv, and trying to book their tickets, this Welsh duo, Mike Warburton and David Davies, battling it out at the end of their evening, the penultimate match of the session. And we still do have a possible scenario where every single player could end up all square on 4 points in this group. Let's see how it pans out. Back to Mason Henry.
Thank you very much, Chris. Well, I think these two Welsh players were two of the most talked up players in Group B before Dart was thrown
First
this
leg,
evening.
it's
And it's
Davies
been
to throw first. Game
case
on.
really of trials and tribulations for both, it has to be said. Now, Mike Warburton got the night underway to some fanfare, 4-0 victory, 4 out of 4 on the doubles, a couple of ton-plus outs. And then, well, lost out to Mark Dudbridge in a superb game before then getting back
57.
over the line against Wayne Jones. As for David Davies this evening, well, he was 3-1 up on Wayne, lost 4-3, and then by way of response, carded a 91 average against Dudbridge before then being dumped
60.
to nil in what was a surprise result at the time against Sam Cankett, who averaged 98.5 in proceedings.
Been a bit of a mixed bag for all the players this evening.
137. $60.
Slower start of the two out of the blocks is Warby. Back-to-back 60s. David Davies will be keen to right the wrongs from
140.
the match you mentioned, match 7, against an inspired Sam Cankett. Every aspect of that game was top quality from him,
81.
wasn't it?
David to require 167.
Well, he's got 6 from here, David Davies, to the opening leg from 167. Doesn't have to take it. We'll never know the answer.
139.
Great setup to leave himself on double 14 after 12.
$81. David to require 28.
Well, he's had no issues in starting matches tonight, his Davies.
Game
Case
shot
in
on the
point there,
first leg.
13 darter, hold a
David
throw.
Davies.
Could say a baker's
Second leg,
dozen
it's Mike
against
to throw
Warburton.
first. $140.
And if you remember in that match he lost 4-0, in the opening leg of that match he missed a dart at a double
78.
on the back of a 110 finish for a 15 dart break of throw. Didn't get another go.
44.
Only got one more dart at a double for the entire match.
$99. $100. 58.
So Warburton with the luxury of time to take this second leg.
Stay there.
134.
Let me see. David Davis. Go to the 19s. Well, not now. Why? Oh, he's got to go back.
139. Mike, you require 83.
Double 17, double 16. 16 ball. He's got to go for it. With David Davis on 127.
The bullseye isn't pinned, and so
Davies
Davies to double his lead and to get the break. Trouble 19. Would have left the ball, but Warburton back for 49 to
59.
level proceedings up
Mike
here.
require 49.
Double 16. Well, that's a fly. Double 12.
Game shot on the second
Last
leg.
dart in hand.
My
Warburton levels one apiece. Defying a 22-point gap in the averages.
First. Game on.
David Davies pretty much bang on the nose of a ton. Warburton just over 78, but averages are only guides.
140.
Maybe that leg is inspired. Warby responds beautifully to the 140 of David Davis with a max.
123. $81.
Always that moment of anticipation after opening max in a leg, isn't there?
Mace, it doesn't matter. I'm sat in the commentary box. And Paul Nicholson's not here.
95.
And Nico off on his travels this weekend, isn't he? Well, lovely time, Nico.
Gallivanting.
180. Second max of the leg.
David to require 143.
Needed that the throw before.
However, potential 11 darter incoming. This is for the break, importantly as well, as far as Warburton is concerned. So for a 2-1 lead. Tops of Warburton.
Game
Super leg, super darts
My Warburton.
from this Welsh darting wizard. He leads 2-1 with a break.
Best leg of the night.
Fourth leg, it's Mike to throw first. Game on.
Only two ways that could be bettered. This would be for his third max of the match.
140.
Would have been his third max in 5 visits.
Well, when you put it that way.
97.
You can exclude one of them because it wasn't a scoring visit.
And he was perfect on that visit as well.
100.
This feels weird saying it about a man who's averaging a ton. But is David Davies just beginning to
100.
feel maybe the last game of the session jitters? That zap of energy that you can get right at the very end of a night.
I just think he's feeling
60.
the heat being applied by Warburton.
Class. 180.
Absolute class and defiance.
He has asked the question of Warburton.
100.
Big last dart.
David
He
Chirico,
knows the significance of that
124.
last dart. $14. And the bullseye.
91. Mike Chirico,
The look on his
101.
face says all you need to know. And to be honest, this would be the most reminiscent Mike Warburton combination finish you'll see tonight. 101 for 15.
49. David Chirico, 33.
Double 16 for 2-2. One dart left. That may not be the worst guide in the world.
1.
But he cannot use it.
Mike Chirico, 52.
1 from 4 on the doubles now for David Davis. Double 16 for 3-1.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
Finds a way.
Mike Warburton.
18 dart. Hold of throw gives him a 3-1 lead. David Davis.
5th leg, it's
averaging
David to throw
9
first.
points more
Game on.
than Warby. It's Warby who has control.
That's the darts to stay in the game now.
44. $100. $26. $60. $95.
Big last dart that for David.
In a world of trouble.
100.
Well, that was what he was hoping Charlie Corsavine was going to call out there after that first dart. He needs something big now. His head is scrambled. He may well be poached in a few minutes' time.
$15.
That is the beginning of the end. Gave it everything and got very little out of this one. 2-1.
60.
And approaching the end of the 4th leg, he was averaging nearly 105.
Played well, but timing has probably been the key component as to why
139.
David Davies, as things stand, is bottom of the table.
Certainly wouldn't have called that this evening. That might 3
60.
that I thought would go through would be Warby, Dudbridge and David Davis.
Well, we are in unilateral agreement on that fact.
58. Mike Chirico, 121.
To wrap it up in style.
Single 11. And the bullseye to wrap it up.
Game,
Perfectly
shot,
for Warburton.
and the match. Mike
Bang
Warburton.
in the middle of the bullseye. Mike Warburton gets the better of David Davies by 4 legs to 1. That puts him on to 6 points in the group. An 89 average, 4 out of 7 on the doubles. As for David Davies, well, the performances have been good tonight. Maybe timing at key aspects has been part of the reason for his downfall. He had a 3-1 lead against Wayne Jones in his first game. Went on to lose that. He ends on 2 points. Next up, Dudbridge Cankett in our last game of the night.
Hello again, thanks for staying with us tonight right until the end of our 10 matches at the Super Series in Group B, the last of which features Flash, Mark Dudbridge and Sam Cankett, his opponent, who has won one game so far tonight. If he wins a second, he'll be level with Dudbridge and Wayne Jones on 4 points. But if Dudbridge can take the honours, he'll go joint top with Mike Warburton. It's Sam and Mark in the company of Chris and Henry.
Thank you very much, Chris. So, one final game to go. Now, what have you made of Mark Dudbridge's night thus far, Chris?
Yeah, I think he's there or thereabouts. Averaged
first leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
A couple of ton plus outs against a player you would have on your short list as a favourite to win the group. And then played
95.
an inspired David Davies, went down 4-2 with a 85-61. And then really ground one out against Wayne Jones. 4-2 with a 88 average. Another couple of 180s. That 160 finish was sublime. But yeah, I think he will be happy with his evening's work.
45.
And as you mentioned before, when you get to 4 points, you've kind of done the job for tonight. In some ways, this is a little bit of a bonus game for Mark.
Absolutely.
60.
Well, for Mark to draw absolute level with Warby. He will have to win 4-0, and they will be on the same points, the same leg difference, and the same legs won.
134.
One more, and they'll be even. But there was a much more of an elevated performance last time out from Sam Cankett. There was a few worries after the first couple of games, but then responded with a 4-0 victory against Davies, averaging 98.5 and 4 out of 7 on the doubles.
Well, he was the start of the
68.
downfall of David Davis's night, wasn't he? It was a night and day performance up to what we've seen
98.
opening 2 games of the night.
Sets himself up on double 16 upon his return, unless Cankett can cram in the fish. Can he find the ball?
145.
He wasn't far away.
I'm going to say, is
Mark
Sam going to do
32.
to Mark what Mark did to Wayne? A blockbuster finish.
Game shot on the first
Again, his
leg.
adjustment.
Mark Dudbridge.
And the double 16. Very impressive.
Second leg, it's Sam to throw first. Game on.
So 1-0 to Dudbridge in our final game of the evening session.
$41. $140. $100.
In and out. Tried to go in the
120.
same hole. There was no room at the end.
$140.
So I'm warming up nicely.
135.
Pace, and I thought would know each other quite well from when Sam played in the West of England Super League. I presume
60.
Mark
Mark to
plays
require 106.
Super League.
Treble 18 for double 16, not to happen this time, and Sam Cankett
98.
back for
Sam
160 to level us up.
160.
Yeah, rightly going for a couple of treble 18s, which
56.
would have left double
Mark
16.
to require 8.
As it is. W has 3 clear. Oh,
No score.
wrong bed.
Well, he should have had 3 clear, but he only got the 1 because he strayed the other
Sam,
side
you require
into double 18.
104.
And so, well, this would feel like a bit of a steal if Cankett can find the 104, not to be this time. So Dudbridge for a 2-0 lead. Back
96.
for double 4.
Mark to
2.
require 8. Game shot on the second leg.
2-0 Dudbridge
Mark
gets the
Dudbridge.
breaker throw, and he's in full command of this match now.
Third leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
If Dudbridge can't get the win, it'll mean that Mike and Mark will be the ones
96.
making the march, because they'd be the 2 on 6 points. I mean, Jones on 4. Then Cankett and Davies would be log jammed on 2.
140.
This is a significant game because this will be the first game, I'll say tomorrow night, but tonight, when we return for the conclusion of this
180.
And then it will be Warby against David Davis. So Mark will be conscious that that's a tough game for Warby.
140. $65.
You can do with 160.
He's got history on this finish tonight.
That's Wayne Jones.
I think he's still smarting from that.
57.
Take two, Mark.
Require 160.
Nah, not to beat. Gonna leave it handy though for 3-0 lead
100.
unless
Samuel require 164.
can get the 164. Another one of them.
124. Mark requires 60.
Top to 3-0. Double 10.
40.
Well, he's been rewarded
Samuel
for
require 40.
the outstanding approach play.
Game shot on the
Wins
third
tops.
leg.
13
Sam
dart breaker
Cankett.
throw despite the max in the leg from Dubby.
Not how you
Fourth leg, it's
start, it's
Sam
how
to
you
throw
finish, and that's
first.
exactly what
Game on.
Cankett has done. A break of throw, back to 2-1.
The quality game, 96 the average for Cankett. 93 for Dudbridge.
140.
And Cankett's up in there. That's his 5th on 40 of the game.
Yeah, only one for Mark Dudbridge, but he's had the only
180
of the game, make that 2.
180. $134. $60. $28.
Is that a slip? A key slip?
A massive mistake. It's going to be punished.
To the hilt.
180.
180, 60, 180. 81 after 9 to re-establish a 2-leg cushion.
75. Mark to require 81.
Put him a leg away. 12. And the little red bit in the middle of the board.
56. Samuel require 124.
Can Cankett pull one out the fire? Treble 18, and he will get a dart at the ball.
Can he find it? There's the
89.
answer.
Mark to require 25.
For 3-1. 2 in hand at double 8. And now double 4.
17.
But the opportunities are becoming
Samuel
spurned by
required
Dudbridge,
35.
and Cankett comes back for 35. He comes for double 16.
Game shot on the fourth
2-2.
leg.
Desmond.
Sam Cankett.
One that got away. Dubby hitting 2
Fifth leg,
180s
it's
in the
Mark to
leg.
throw first. Game on.
Cankett, who holds in 17.
Well, he's in the treble again. 4th max of the match from Mark Dudbridge. He's scoring for show, but it's a 2 for 9 on the finishing that is causing him some problems.
78.
And he's continuing. And continuing.
140.
But he can't find the 6th.
$100. 92.
89 after 9. The Dubby.
$100. Mark to require
19
89.
double 16. Gets it.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
12.
Mark Dudbridge.
Finding those legs when he needs to, and he now leads Sam Cankett by
Sixth leg,
3
it's
legs to
Sam to
2.
throw
Sam with the
first.
darts
Game
now
on.
to stay in the match.
In that spell where he hit 3 180s, 1 in leg 3 and 2 in leg 4. Didn't win either of those legs.
134.
Persistence paying off for the Welshman Sam Cankett.
83.
Just won't go away, will he?
If anything, he's getting better as the game goes along.
125.
Well, the psychology of it is, Henry, you think, well, you've thrown everything at me and I'm still in it.
40.
He's probably thinking, you can't finish me off.
$100.
If you're not going to do it, fella, I'll do it for you.
140. Sam, you require 142.
Trouble 19. Ooh,
80.
very bold. Reason for that is only gone for the treble 19 and just hit the single. They've ensured
121.
2 darts at a double.
Sam,
He
you
has to
require
find a treble
62.
now to get 2 darts at a double. Oh, he's having to burn a dart. Double 16.
30.
Doesn't go, and so Dudbridge for the match,
Mark to require
117.
117.
Can he complete the job with a ton topper? Tots for Dudbridge.
97.
Drag just below
Sam, you
And so
require
Cankett
32.
to send us to a 7th.
Game shot on the
Does
6th
exactly
leg.
that. 3-3.
Sam Cankett.
Dudbridge has had his opportunities and they have come and they have gone.
7th and final leg.
Cankett.
It's Mark to throw first. Game on.
Sends us to leg 7. If I can get my words out. And it is Dudbridge, however, who has the darts.
59.
Reminder that we're back at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on the Super Series YouTube channel. Before then,
58.
joining viewers on Sporty Stuff TV from 3 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to the Super Series YouTube channel because there's plenty of content aside from the live action that we bring you. Plenty of bonus content, highlights of every
60.
session, behind the scenes interviews, reviews, you name it. Hit that subscribe button.
81.
And of course, if you do that, then you'll be alerted every single time something goes out on that particular YouTube channel. So it's going to be a 5th max for Mark. On the mark.
180. $100. $100. $56. Mark to require 102.
So 6 on 102 for Dudbridge to get the job done. 82 left. Went the ball for double 16.
48.
He's missed the big number, and so he's back for 2 darts at tops as opposed to the 3 he should have had. And Cankett's going to
123.
apply pressure
Mark to require 54.
to claim the victory. It's another match dart at tops. And this time found.
And the match.
And Mark Dudbridge will go into the second day in Group B on 6 points, putting himself in a marvellous position to go on and progress his way through to Saturday night's final here at the Super Series. Sam Cankett improved as the night went along. The second half showing was really strong. If he shows more of those signs, he's got chances tomorrow. But as far as the tail of the tape here is concerned, Dudbridge getting over the line by 4 legs to 3.
He had a very good performance to end the evening. That 180 in the last leg as well, that was crucial, wasn't it?
Yeah, typically Dudbridge, wasn't it? He just finds a way, and he's done that tonight. And all the players, to be honest, have contributed, and even Sam right at the end there in that incredible 4-0 win he had earlier on. The surprise package, I think, for both of us is David Davies at the foot of the table. Yeah,
absolutely. Let's look at the results from the 10 fixtures tonight. I mean, Mike Warburton, it started perfectly for him. Had a decent night. The key match, really, that win he got against Wayne Jones.
Yeah, absolutely. The 4-3 win, and that was one for Wayne that got away from him. And then losing to Mark Dudbridge. Fortunately for Wayne, though, picked up early wins. And as we tend to think, if you can win 2 matches on night 1 and 2 matches on night 2, you're going to be there or thereabouts, and especially with a group like this.
Yeah, those fixtures will be played in reverse again tomorrow, so we'll see if we get repeat or revenge in the matches. But just talking about Mike Warburton, look, he was a favourite to win this week before it started, favourite to win Group A, favourite to win Group B, and he kind of showed why in this match. I mean, this was to break to get back to 3-2.
Yeah, there was glimpses of brilliance, especially in his opening match, and 3-1 down here. Wayne was looking super comfortable, had the odd dart, I think, in 2 different legs to get it won. But not only did he show some flair early doors in the opening match, Warburton that is, he also showed some ability to dig in.
And the other player that showed some flair was Flash, Mark Dudbridge. Some really good finishing tonight. Mentioned that 180 in the last match, but this 160 with Jones waiting on tops.
Yeah, this completely changed this match and turned the match on its head, really. And it was just typical of Dudbridge, this. He's so good around the 60 that he gets lots of chances on finishes like this. I think in the highlights package we showed prior to our first game tonight, you've seen some big finishers from Mark, and he will always get the opportunity to get some.
Didn't really notice until we showed those clips, but Wayne Jones hasn't had much luck tonight, has he?
No, it didn't go his way, which I think for him, he will be just pleased to get 50% strike rate tonight. It's all to play for tomorrow for everybody, as we know that Group B, you're never really out of it.
Yeah, let's see how the table shapes up then at the halfway stage of the group. Warburton and Dudbridge tied at the top. David Davies and Sam Cankett on 2 points, but as Mace has just said, that's only 2 points from a qualification spot.
Exactly that, which is why we love Group B, because it's really fascinating, and how quick things can turn around. We know the quality of David Davies. He could well come out tomorrow and win 3 out of 4. He finds himself on 8 points and right in the mix.
Right, just a reminder then that this group does return 10 p.m. on Friday night for the conclusion, but Group C also comes to an end tomorrow. The finals night will be filled. It's 1 p.m. on the YouTube channel for the first 6 matches, and then the run-in, the final 9 games from 3 p.m. here on Sporty Stuff TV. So we do hope you can join us for more darts on Friday. We'll see you then.